Welcome back to 5 Minutes. I'm Noah Liam Jacob Thompson Jackson, an affiliate from the New York Times, but please, call me Noah Liam Jacob T. Jackson. Measles and mumps, pertussis and polio, Dr. Seuss characters, or deadly diseases. Tonight we've partnered with the World Health Organization, bringing you a story on rising anti-vaccine sentiment in America. To help us out, we've invited Dr. Adrienne O. Johnson to the show, a licensed pediatrician currently working at the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, Noah.
So Dr. Johnson, let's start off simple here. Lots of people love to talk about vaccines, but aside from the needles, the paperwork, and the Facebook groups, give it to me straight. Is there any risk with vaccination?
Well, no, the short answer to that is no. Some parents worry that their children will have harmful reactions to these shots, but we administer vaccines on a case-by-case basis. That means we don't give them to children who might be allergic to certain vaccine components or if they have certain medical conditions. And while there are rare but minor side effects I see in my patients, symptoms such as soreness or lightheadedness, these are largely insignificant to the large amounts of good that it does for society as a whole.
Now, how much good are we talking about here, if you could give it a number?
Well, in 2018, UNICEF published reports indicating that, on average, vaccines prevent 2 to 3 million deaths per year. And on top of that, the World Health Organization projects that if vaccine coverage globally continues to improve, we could be preventing an additional 1.5 million deaths every single year.
Very interesting facts, Doctor. And yet some people remain unconvinced. Now let's speak with one such person. Please welcome Kay Wren, a vocal anti-vaxxer. Kay, what's on your mind?
Vaccines are bad. Folks, hear me out, alright? I get the whole idea of preventing diseases and all. I read the doctor articles and stuff. And I have 3 kids myself. Well, 2 now, but whatever. Listen, this British surgeon, guy's name is Andrew Wakefield, publishes an article in the late 1990s where he talks about how the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccines cause autism. I mean, he's a British surgeon. Is that not a credible enough source for you? But hold your horses. Keep holding those horses. I mean, the whole concept of vaccines just kills me. I mean, you're telling me in order to prevent a disease, you want me to inject myself with the needle containing that very same frickin' disease? I mean, come on, man, are you nuts?
That'll be it from Ray Ken. Dr. Johnson, how do you respond to that? It seems to me like this guy knows what he's talking about. The study he mentioned by Dr. Wakefield seems especially concerning.
It's Mr. Wakefield, actually. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to have this study brought up. The study itself was discredited by the British General Medical Council. It was retracted by the publisher, and ultimately, Mr. Wakefield lost his medical license due to the false nature of the entire report.
He doesn't sound very credible then.
I assure you he's not.
Now on the line we have a parent with a very specific interest in public opinion of vaccines. Let's hear from Mr. Joestar.
The recent anti-vaccination movement has made our family very worried about our son. He is immunocompromised. That means he is much more vulnerable to disease than the average person. He is only able to receive less effective vaccines that are much more mild in nature than the regular vaccines that you and I get. The best way to ensure that he doesn't get a viral disease is through herd immunity. If everyone around him is vaccinated and protected from disease, the likelihood that he will catch disease is significantly reduced. My father, who was also immunocompromised, passed away from polio-related complications when I was young. If there were more vaccinated people around during his time, the likelihood that he would have caught polio is significantly lower, and my son might have been able to see his old man. With the rise of people who refuse to get vaccinated, I'm scared that my son will catch disease that his body can't combat and he becomes seriously ill.
Wow. That'll really get you. Dr. J, this sounds like a serious problem. What can you say about the risk that is posed to those who are immunocompromised?
Well, I think Mr. Joestar explained the unfortunate truth rather well. You see, some people can't get vaccinated, but they don't have the luxury of choice like most of us. Herd immunity is a proven scientific concept, and this is where vaccination isn't just a matter of personal health, it's also a matter of public responsibility.
A very important message, Doctor. Folks, we asked you to consider what's been presented to you tonight. Look at the facts and personal anecdotes we've looked at here. If you're considering whether or not to vaccinate or to go with a more natural solution, we ask you to consider the story of Mr. Joestar and ask yourselves what could be more natural than a desire to protect one's children. Those with children becoming toddlers, book a vaccination with your pediatrician. The needles may be scary, but the alternative is far, far worse. We'd like to once again thank the World Health Organization for making this all possible. Another thanks to Dr. Johnson. Thank you for coming on the show.
A pleasure.
Another thanks to our correspondents out on the field. Until next time, I've been Noah Liam Jacob Thompson Jackson, and this has been 5 Minutes.
There's a nail in the door, and there's glass on the lawn, tacks on the floor, and the TV